test and see if you can get them to ping it.
Okay.
Give me the link and I'll post it in the ticket and see what happens.
Okay, which map are they on for their duel? I don't even remember. Pulling up the rulebook.
Yeah, I don't know what the duel is.
Boreal Reach, okay. I don't see the map. Do I have to change it to game type first?
Yes.
There it is. Okay, so I have to change the skirmish, and then I can do it. Full teams, stock loadouts, or ignore. Stock loadouts, no. Ignore enhancements, yes. And I just have to remember to switch that, because otherwise we're going to mess up their matches.
Your link is incorrect. Should be /Therax.
Yeah.
That's incorrect as well.
I'll figure it out in a second here. The stream's not up, so I can't even do that link. Well, people can find it.
What's your Twitch name?
Okay, they're ready. Just kick it off. Or, yeah, we can just kick it off. I don't need to wait for whatever. Can fix that later.
There you go, fixed it.
Okay, launching in. Tournament of Stars, the match is 601 versus CDU. My title on the stream is going to be incorrect. I'll have to fix that. It's Division H. Bottom division. We're starting with a 1v1. And it's Therax and Dubious Squirrel doing the cast here.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Division H match. Should be interesting. I always like seeing the 1v1s.
No matter the cost.
They're usually played in advance of the casts. So what do we got here? Marauders? Okay.
Yeah, pair of Trial Marauders, 2ER large, 6ER mead. Not sure if it's a standard engine or light. Both mechs should be identical with no skill points or anything like that. Opening trade, Ravi's got the lead by 3%. Using the hill for cover here, doing a little bit of haul down. Gonna come down to aim and who manages their heat better. I know these mechs run hot. Damage is pretty spread on Brandon at the moment. He's pushing up
Ravi's
a little bit,
open
looking for a hill.
right torso.
Yes, he is. So looks like Brandon's maybe winning the trade. Not sure if side torso or CT is the better thing to shoot here.
That's a tricky one. Ravi's twisting well despite being opened.
Oh, he's cherry red on that torso.
Yeah, he's
though.
cherry red.
And he's down in the percentages. And he's powered down, it looks like. Or maybe not. Not sure what he's doing right now with that. Probably just trying to cool off. And Brandon's just taking a dominant position on the hill. He knows he's got the lead. Yeah, the percent that torso just went. That's 58%, 54. Both side torsos gone. It is a standard engine. Brandon's at 68%, might be cooking himself a bit. This is just about over, unless Brandon overheats.
Come in. Control to surface. Can anyone read?
Yeah, Brandon's opened both side torsos, but other than that, looks fairly healthy. So 66%, but that was a bit of a commanding victory, I do believe.
Yeah, it does certainly seem that way. Brandon takes the 1v1. If you look at the damage, it's quite a clear picture. Good job.
200
Brandon.
in the lead, yeah. Well played.
All right. So now we need to invite the teams in. And we're on to the first map, which is Frozen City Domination.
I just bugged out my lobby. Oh, okay, seems to be something with the... Okay, I'm still good.
For all of you just joining us now, I hope you can hear me. We're working through audio issues. This is a Division H match. Let me get the tournament page up. All right, what are we doing? CDU-A versus 601.
And I just fixed my stream title.
CDU-A are 6th place in Division H with 62 points. And 601 are in 5th place with 98 points. Actually, CDU-A, if they get pretty much a perfect match, can take 5th place from 601. So it's a battle for 5th and 6th place in Division H.
Yeah, they're not challenging for the higher points in the division, but they're still playing for the points and have a good finish. I played in Division H, and it was a fun, enjoyable time. I know 601. We scrimmed against them a fair bit. They've been putting some work in.
Every match is important for every team, right? You always want to get those points. Even if you're playing for no division rise in your division, you still want to do as good as you can. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
And just to talk about Tournament Stars a little bit, the format here heavily rewards kills over winning by objective. The initial drop tonnage here is 250. It's a 5v5 clan mechs only tournament. And they are playing Domination game type for the first 3 maps and Assault for the final 2. So because of the tonnage being lower and the number of players being lower than many other leagues, there's going to be a lot of brawling here is what we're anticipating. So we're going to see probably Vipers, maybe some linebackers, could see an Assault or 2. Sometimes you see a Gargoyle or Executioner on these drops. Even at 250 tons, there's still a lot of tonnage per player, so there are things that they can do besides just lights and mediums brawling it out. But I am expecting to see a brawl in this division in the lower tonnage drops. Team 2 is locked. And we're just going to kick off into drop 1. And if there are stream issues, let us know. In 5 minutes, we'll find out and try to fix them. Okay, I'm going to start with, I believe it's Team 1 spawns here around beta.
Yeah, hopefully you can hear us both, otherwise I'm talking for no reason. But it's all good.
Find out in a few minutes and then we can try to fix it. I think we're good.
So this is Domination. Obviously you can see the circle in the middle, but it's a wide open map. There's some scope for trading here, although I'd expect a brawl because the tonnage limit is fairly light. I think 250 tons for the first drop.
Yeah, 250.
Yeah.
I have seen Assaults in drop 1, Gargoyle or Executioner, but generally
Maybe
it's more lights and heavies with a fair bit of speed.
Yeah, Gargoyle's like 85 tons. That's a lot to use in a 250 ton drop.
Yep.
I'd expect 4 mediums, I don't know. Fast moving brawlers.
Okay, I've got CDU coming in here. We have a Shadowcat, Hunchback, Mad Dog, Black Ladder, Arctic Wolf. Probably fast brawl.
So what do I see? Crypto-Oki, dual UAC 20s in a Hunchback. Noisy Foot LRMs 15s, alright. Ravi is SRMs. La Savage is ER Micros, small pulse, good. And Itchy is SRMs.
We have LRMs on CDU as well. The Shadowcat's got a pair of LRM-15s. The Hunchback 2C has a pair of UAC-20s. Other than that, it's small laser micro pulse.
LRMs.
Yeah, I was a little bit
On this
surprised by
drop,
that.
I'm surprised.
Particularly the Shadowcat. Usually you don't see large lasers or PPCs on that. The Arctic Cheetah has a large pulse laser. I'm not sure if you called that out. Just a single one and a single ER Mead.
No, I didn't see it.
So that's a bit of a weird build.
So both teams balling up, kind of within the circle. I guess sizing up their positions and trying to scout the enemy. Maybe Ravi's moving up on the right-hand side, from my point of view.
CDU is playing range. The Hunchback 2C has a pair of Gauss rifles. The Night Gears are both quad LPL with ER Meads. The only non-range mech that they have is the Piranha. It's a bit of an interesting Hunchback build. It's fragile and slow, but a pair of Gauss rifles is a lot of firepower.
Super interesting builds from both teams. I'd never thought to see this. Actually, Division H is fun. I like this.
Yeah, you get some interesting builds in Division H. Usually it's a bit more brawly than this for strats, but I did scrim against 601, so I did see range strat for them on this drop in the scrim. They didn't have the Hunchback in the scrim, but sometimes you adjust your strats for what your players have to bring for Division H. Not everybody in Division H owns more than a dozen mechs. And there's also the factor of player comfort. If players are comfortable with a particular build, even if it's odd, you probably want to let them run it instead of force them to play something they don't know how to do.
I don't think it's odd at all. I think it's brilliant. I love everyone of all skill levels getting involved in comp. It's all good.
Oh yeah. The more the merrier. We have
Absolutely.
a scout here from the Mad Dog. I think he knows what's up there, but he's alone from his team, so I'm not sure what they're planning. Hunchback's moving up to join him. They're probably prepping for a push here by the dropship, but the guys down by the circle are pushing a bit early, and they're leaving the circle for the Arctic Cheetah and Piranha, so that circle's going to start ticking.
601 are pushing in now on... no, hang on. CDU are pushing in on 601.
They're pushing, but they're not together. Some are going a bit earlier than others. You've got the Arctic Wolf here in a 1v3.
Itchy's about to go down.
And that Arctic Wolf is 21%. He's still got weapons and both legs, but there he goes. Brandon's getting soloed by a Mad Dog.
One kill each team. Ravi down to 69%. Brandon down to 55%. Brandon could go down next.
Yeah, he's completely isolated from his team and in a brawl with the Mad Dog. Both are low percentages.
Brandon and Ravi facing off against each other, both very damaged. Ravi
Mad Dog
takes the
wins
kill.
it. And this looks like it's going CDU's way. That brawl was split up, but they're pulling it off. Hunchback goes down. Last one up is that Arctic Cheetah. See if he can pick up a kill here maybe yet. The Arctic Cheetah is open CT and one of its legs. If it focuses down something like the Mad Dog maybe.
Mez is doing an excellent job of staying alive for as long as possible. I'm not sure if he's going to get any kills at this point, but
No, the Mad
he's
Dog's
skipping
just
around.
missing
He's
his
not
side
making it
torso.
easy. He could get Ravi, maybe.
No, there's a lot of armor remaining. Just the side torso missing off the Mad Dog.
Right. He's
And
legged
it's
that.
legged. That's a decisive win for CDU in the first drop. 601 picking up a single point, and CDU getting the full 10. Dubious Squirrel, would you be able to track the points for this?
Yeah, let me see, I can try.
Okay, just pulling up the match ID here. Run through that damage quickly. The Shadowcat B with the LRMs only managed to land 23 points and was still alive at the end, so I'm not sure. Maybe they just weren't getting the locks. Crypto in the Hunchback 2Cs got 480 damage. That was a pair of UAC 20s. The Arctic Wolf went in first and died, but they put out 422 points before they went down, even though they were in a 1v3. The rest of the damage spread is pretty even from both teams. But ultimately, CDU picked up the points.
So yeah, let me see. CD1 got CD1. CD1 is it one? CDU. CDU got 5 kills, which is 9 points, plus the objective is 10 points, and 601 picked up 1 kill, which is 1 point. So far 10 points to 1 CDU. Let's see what happens next.
601 picked up the 1v1, so they've got the 2 points, right. Okay, next map up, we are going to the new map, Emerald Vale. And tonnage is moving up to 300 tons per team. And tonnage is still fairly low per player. And Emerald Vale, in quick play, you usually see it being played with mechs on the wall shooting into the circle, but because it's domination in 5v5, I'm expecting these teams to be playing in the circle with a bunch of brawlers. But 601 did try to play range on the first map, so maybe they'll keep that up going throughout the rest of the series.
Okay, shagging it for you. Says he can hear the co-caster. Thank you, shagging it for you.
Alright, that's a bit of a relief. Just waiting for the teams to ready up. CDU's got a full, or had a full green board, but they haven't locked yet. Okay, there we have a team 1 lock.
Yep, Emerald Vale moving up to 300 tons. Still domination. Still probably a brawl, I would expect, but judging on the last match, I really don't know what to expect. Some really interesting builds. Lerms, oh gosh.
Yeah,
I didn't see that coming.
The Lerms didn't really work out very well from CDU. I guess on 601 they did a decent amount of damage. So Emerald Vale has cover from LRMs, but at the same time, if you go up on the ridges, you can probably arc over that cover fairly easily. So
Lerms could work quite well on this map if you put them up on the Overwatch position.
You probably want to put them outside the circle up high and then have an arcer and try to do it that way. But we'll see what these teams try. Okay, they're both going the full 300 tons, it looks like. Team 2's locked. And I'm just going to launch it straight in. The nice thing about this 505 from my experience is that both teams are readying up rapidly. And you can play through an entire match in less than an hour.
Yeah, it's a very quick fire tournament. There's a lot of light brawly action. The matches are over quickly. I mean, the time is only 10 minutes.
Yeah, a lot faster than the other bigger leagues that I've played in. Okay, I'm sitting over 601 spawn right now, waiting for the mechs to come in. This is a newer map. This is, I think, the second comp league to be playing on it. And it's actually a pretty nice looking map. Some people don't like how it plays out in quick play, but there are a variety of different play style options in here for competitive play. You can see brawl,
Yeah, I
you can
like
see
this
range.
map. I think it's interesting, fairly recent addition. But it's a good map.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how it plays out in an 8v8 competitive league. But we're going to have to wait a while for that because it was not one of the maps chosen for the upcoming World Championship.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm not sure how well it lends itself to AVA.
Fleet command coming in.
I mean, in quick play it's not particularly well liked, so I'm not surprised. But in this format, yeah, it's pretty good.
We have heavy brawl. There's a keeper on this. Hunchback 2 CBs with SRMs. Marauder Scorch, again, common brawl build. And 1 Mistlinks, which is how they're getting the tonnage for their assaults. And then, yeah, looks full on brawl here from 601.
Yeah, from what I see, both teams going brawl.
There's a Shadowcat B again. I want to pull up the build on that. Last time it was LRMs. And it's LRMs again, so there is a range advantage for CDU. But they're positioning the Shadowcat with the rest of the brawl team. They have Mead Pulse on their Hunchback.
Yeah, that's a mistake. LRMs should be up on the high ground or somewhere out of harm's way. And it should be up to the brawler teams to hold locks for the LRMs. So a tactical mistake there, but we'll see how it works.
Looks like CDU is kind of preparing to just sit and receive right now. Doing a little bit of scouting with the Mistlinks on the right. Looks like am I disconnected? I think I'm lagging here.
Crypto pushes in, over, extends and goes down very quickly. Ghost Sun taking some damage. Le Savage very damaged now. He goes down next. CDU still trying to focus on Ghost Sun, and they do manage to take him down. I think overall 601 have got the superior focus fire. They're working on Itchy now. Itchy goes down. Ravi and Noisyfoot for CDU are on their own versus 4 mechs from 601.
Shadowcat's not moving. Looks like maybe they're disconnected. I'm not seeing any LRM fire and no movement from the Shadowcat. So this whole fight was probably 5v4.
Yeah. Ravi goes down, Noisyfoot all on his own. And you're right, he's not moving. He may have discoed. Brandon working on his legs.
I hate to see the technical issues, the disconnects, the crashes.
Yeah, it always sucks when that happens.
So this one goes the way of 601. The CDU picks up the single point and 601 gets the full 10. So other than the 1v1, we're now tied.
Exactly.
Yeah, Yeah, just running through the damage here. The Shadowcat doesn't have any damage on it. Had that high ping, so probably a network issue. I know I also had a network issue at the beginning of that fight. Fairly good damage spread off of 601, other than the Marauder with 600 damage and the Mistlynx with 550 and 3 kills, so that is quite a dominant performance there from a Mistlynx. Gargoyle's got 500 on the side of CDU, fighting in it was like a 4v1 at the end or something. But they picked up some damage there, but just playing with a down a pilot, it's pretty hard to really... playing a 4v5 is just such an uphill battle.
It'd be interesting to get these fellas in for an interview just to see what they think about this, if we can. See how it works out.
Yeah, maybe. There's another match that starts up right after this one, so if they're up for a cast, might be trying to knock that one out as well.
Okay.
But
I guess not then.
If this team is... if the other team is not open to being casted, then yes, interview would definitely be something we could try. I had network connection issues right at the start of that fight. I was, all the mechs were doing the spacewalk on me there, so that was a bit of an issue. I hope my network holds up here. Okay, we are not switching teams yet for this next drop. I need to switch the map up.
Yeah, next map should be Vitric Forge. Unless one of them has an AMD card. I saw that on the last stream and they switched to Forest Colony.
Yeah, the default is actually Forest because of the bug on Vitric, but both teams, if they agree, can elect to play Vitric, and they say Forest. I think most teams have been picking Forest, but a number of teams want to play Vitric, so some of them are. But there is that bug, and it is a problem.
That's an AMD driver issue, I think.
Yeah, from the sound of things, it's only AMD users that get the 1980s Vitric Forge texture pack, let's call it. I personally have never experienced it with my NVIDIA GPU. Kind of wish I could experience it 1 or 2 drops just to get that. It looks so interesting. I mean, I'm sure it's a real pain to play with, but just to have the experience, I kind of like to experience the bug once or twice. So we're just waiting for CDU's player to come back and reconnect. Okay, we are just getting together here. players are in the lobby. They're at 350 tons, which is the maximum for the drop. So they're probably going to ready up in a second here, and then we'll get started. So Forest Colony, I think, has a ranged option quite available to both of these teams. There's less imperative to go inside the circle, I do believe, but brawling is still plenty viable. Drop tonnage again moved up, so they have probably fewer mediums, and maybe none at all. I'm not sure if either team is even going to bring lights or mediums, or just elect for a full team of heavies.
Yeah, we're on to drop 3 now, Forest Colony, 350 tons. There is some scope for tradie play, and it's also perfectly viable to go full on brawl, so it'll be interesting to see what these teams bring. Lerms don't seem to be working out too well for either team so far, so maybe they'll drop that for this drop.
Well,
we'll see.
Hard to read too much into it, because the player with the disconnect is the player who's bringing the LRM mechs, so maybe they're just having some serious issues with ping or something that are preventing them from even being able to log on.
Yeah, could be.
Are they bringing LRMs because of their network trouble, or is it a decision that they would take even if the player did not have network issues? I know I've played on a team in the past where we had a player who was playing only LRMs because of their network issues. They just couldn't hit with anything else. Once you start getting those really high pings over the 300, over the 400, it just is very difficult to hit other shots. Both teams are locked, so we're going to start up.
I think I'm going to take a peek at people's pings then and see if there's anything obvious going on.
Yeah, you can pop into mech first-person view without bugging the lobby. I cannot, so I'll just let you do that. I've also noticed it's taken quite a bit of time for some of these teams to even load into the match, longer than normal, so that would indicate that there are potentially some network issues as well. Could also be hard drives taking a long load time, but they're using up the full 90 seconds, I think, so that would be more likely to be a ping issue or network connection.
What's the lobby set to? Is it North American?
Believe so. I didn't change it, so it should be the default North America. If both teams agree, we're allowed to change it. Yeah. I should ask. I didn't think to do that. I think most of these players on both teams are North American.
Yeah, this is Sunday evening North American time. That would make sense.
So I'm just going to talk a bit about the map while we wait for the teams to load in. The dominated point here is on the radio tower. And the radio tower is jump jet accessible, but is very difficult to get up if you don't have jump jets. Smaller light mechs can get up a passageway. But if you put mechs with jump jets up here and the opposing team didn't bring any jump jets, it can be very difficult to dislodge them. Okay, I'm going to grab CDU's loadouts here.
Capture the target area and engage any hostiles.
We have an Arctic Cheetah, this time with small pulse. Blood Asp with a pair of UAC 5s and 6 medium pulse. That seems undergunned. Gargoyle with micro pulse. And a Timberwolf with a pair of LRMs, an AC5, single light machine gun, and 4 ER Meads. And that is Nosy Foot once again playing LRMs, so I think it's going to be a network issue that's the deciding factor there.
On CDU's side, we've got Crypto Oki in Nigeria. He's running a DACA build, AC5s, AC10s. Ravi is running small pulse. He's a brawler. Itchy is in a blood asp. He's running medium pulse laser vomit plus AC5. It's an interesting
I'm
build.
just going to interrupt you here. We have a bit of a fight on the radio tower between a pair of Arctic cheetahs. The one has 4 ER Mead, the other has 6 medium pulse. So the ER Mead Arctic cheetah has been forced down.
Yeah, Ghost Sun doing some scouting there. He's running away now before he takes too much damage. Good job.
601 only has that Arctic cheetah with the jump jets. The rest of their mechs are ground bound, and they are brawlers, so they don't have range either. They're going to have a hard time dislodging that Arctic cheetah. Both teams are doing a bit of a NASCAR here around the domination point.
Ravi and Sun trading on the high ground there. Sun's taking the worst of it.
Yeah, it comes down to the build there. 6 medium pulse versus the 4 ER Mead. The Arctic cheetah is being forced down. If the rest of 601 looks left right now, there we go. Maybe they can drop him fast. Help their Arctic cheetah out in this fight. No, most of the teams continue to NASCAR. They're just leaving the one Marauder 2 behind. He's about to get jumped. They lost the Arctic cheetah fight, and they've left a Marauder behind. Ravi's Arctic cheetah is heavily wounded. He's actually lost a pair of his medium pulse, and he fell down right in front of a Marauder. But he made it back up. Noisy Foot has been killed from behind.
Is turning around now. Savage and Saraminus are having a fight to the death. Super close range with each other. But Saraminus has support from frontline assembly. So they could get a pick on Savage. And they do. I think.
There he finally goes down. Looks like 601 is going to have the lead here in percentages, but they've got another 3v2 occurring. CDU could pick up a kill. Even the odds. This one looks like it's going for 601. That's Crypto in the Night Gear versus a whole bunch of brawlers at close range. Arctic cheetah is pretty heavily wounded, not able to do very much here anymore. But the remaining mechs for 601 cannot get up to that Arctic cheetah. If he just sits in the top, they don't have a lead on the timer. But he could draw it out. I do believe neither team gets a point for a draw, though, so it's going to be a tough ask, but I guess the Arctic cheetah's got to try and pull out a kill somehow. Get his team another point.
There's too much armor to deal with. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's a nice wish, though.
2 small pulse lasers versus... That's just... It's a tough ask, but there is no other play that I can see besides drawing it out. The Arctic cheetah could take a draw quite easily because of the jump jet issue.
I mean, they can still... 601 can still get up on the high ground if they push that small tunnel.
Taking a look at the damage here.
Are all their mechs too fat to get up there?
Yeah, there's no way an Orion or Marauder's fitting through that little gap. Brandon's both legs are open in his Orion 2CA, and one of the other Orion 2CAs is alive. But it's got one leg off. The other one's well armored. Probably the best bet is to try and pick up the kill there on Brandon. Probably take 2 or 3 volleys with small pulse to blow off each leg, though. But that's the only points that I think there's a chance of the Arctic cheetah getting. And I'm pretty sure neither team gets points for a draw, so it's... He could continue to sit up there, Ravi, and just deny the point for the win. Well, actually, 601 would still get the point for the win because they're head and mechs. That's the tiebreaker, is it not?
Yeah, I think so.
So there's really nothing Ravi can do other than trying to dive Brandon.
Actually, the time is equal. Well, he's dropped down now, so...
Yeah, and he dropped down on the side away from Brandon. Trying to get back up. 19%, but the mech still has both its legs for another second or two. And there he goes.
The hostiles are taking control of the target.
So 601 claims another 10-point-to-1 victory here. So they are leading the match, but we're going into a switch of team sides and a switch of game mode. Running down the damage quickly here, Brandon's got 750. One of the Marauders, Sir Arminius, has 640. The other Marauder has 550. Ghost Sun and the Arctic Cheetah lost that 1v1, managed to pick up 100 damage. Noisy Foot's got 0 again, and I'm seeing a 1500 ping on their side, so I wonder if that is again being an issue for that player. The rest of the damage spread on CDU is pretty even, but they just didn't have the focus fire, and again it looks like maybe they were playing down a player.
So on the points side, CDU currently have 12 points and 601, including their 1v1 win, are on 22. So 12 CDU, 601, 22.
Still could turn around.
Yeah, it could do.
The match is not decided yet.
Nope.
Okay, so I need to change the map here. We are going to I forgot to switch teams here. Need to get that done.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, swap teams. The next map is Grim Plexus Assault. And it's 400 tons.
Okay, sorry, which map was it?
Grim Plexus.
Right. I should remember this because I played it yesterday, but I'm just not completely with it right now.
No, I completely understand. There are actually a lot of balls to juggle with casting as well, so you're forgiven.
I think the biggest issue here is that I have not been sleeping well the past 4 days. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to try and take this today. So
yeah,
so
I know
if
that one as well.
If there aren't any serious issues here, we're doing okay. I had some frame drop last drop there, and I had a little bit of a server connection issue in the drop 2 fight. So I'm hoping I don't have any more technical issues here.
Well, looking at the comments on stream, Panic Button says, doesn't look too bad so far. It's watchable, so we'll take it.
Yeah, I know with my in-game frame counter, I saw it dropping down into the teens. And I have an issue with MWO where just completely randomly out of the blue, my CPU fan will rev even though the temperatures look fine, and my frames will drop into single digits for a couple seconds at a time. Happens maybe once per play session. So I think it's a software conflict somewhere, but I have no idea how to troubleshoot it. So I'm sorry if that impacts the cast.
No, it's actually not. MechWarrior Online is built on, I think, one of the Far Cry engines, and it's very CPU heavy.
It's a Crisis 3 engine modification.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right, Crisis, yeah. So one of the things that this engine suffers with in this game is missiles. Once the missiles start flying, unless you've got a really good CPU, it tanks your frame rates.
No, there's no correlation to missiles.
It's not software.
It's completely random.
Is it?
It only occurs for me like once per play session, usually within the first hour or something, and then never again. It's got to be a software conflict.
What CPU do you have?
I'm on an older i5, like a 7500, I think. So it's not a great CPU, but that doesn't occur exclusively in combat. It just occurs randomly at any point throughout the match. And just the one time, like I can go into heavy brawl and it'll never happen, and I can be wandering around a map in Zimbabwe with nobody around and it doesn't occur. I don't know how to start troubleshooting it. I'm pretty convinced it's some sort of software conflict, maybe backup software running in the background, or I don't know. But I'm hoping it won't happen again this stream and everything goes well. Both teams look like they're readying up, and Team 1's locked at 395, so they are 5 tons under, which isn't a big deal. Team 2's at 400 tons, so they're probably about to lock here.
.601 at only dropping 5 tons, could be anything really. Both of them ready and locked.
Alright,
let's go.
We're launching. If we get this done in time, then I can cast the next match maybe.
Alright, 4th drop of the match, Grim Plexus, 400 tons limit. This map is much more open to the tradie games. This is the map I'd choose if I was going to bring LRMs.
Yep, that's the map that the gentle slopes are conducive to LRMs. And the mechs are a little bit slower, so it can take a little bit longer to close in. And the game mode has been changed now. We're now playing Assault instead of Domination, which does change things up a little bit. Teams are not forced to play around a specific area of the map as strongly as before. I'm going to pick up 601's builds here. Okay, 2 of their 3 night gears are LPLs, and the 3rd night gear is Gauss Ear Large. Looks like they might be playing on the wall. LPL's on the Warhammer. And I've seen this build before. UAC 10, 2 large pulse, 1 ERPPC, 2 LRM 15s with Artemis, coming off of the Highlander 2C. So we'll see how that works. It's a lot of weapon groups to manage.
On the CDU side, we've got Le Savage in a Direwolf. He's running triple Ultra 5s and twin Ultra 10s. We've got Oki in Direwolf UV. He's running LB2s. Got Rifleman Itchy. Let's see what he's in. He's in quad Ultra 5s. Master Pig is in a Timberwolf Laser Vomit.
Yeah, the interesting thing about the Timberwolf is it's 2 LPL with 5 medium pulse, so he has to get up close to use those medium pulse.
Actually, Ravi's not running that. He's running... Is he? Yeah, he is. Alright.
Yeah, Ravi's running SRM, so that is a brawl mech, and they are... I would give the range advantage here to 601, so it's going to be on CDU to end up pushing with their mid-range UAC, Direwolf, and that closer range Timberwolf and Mad Dog combination. .601 are moving forward. They're not camping behind their base. They are moving up to the tabletop. Likely looking to take trade positions on the left side, whereas Critical Damage Unit is pushing up, using the low ground to make a push directly for the base, it looks like.
Key on this map is getting early intel, finding out what the enemy are doing, and then adapting. I don't see either team trying for this.
Mad Dog has been spotted and shot at. CDU is reacting by sending some of their mechs toward the tabletop, but they're continuing to push the direwolves toward the base. I don't think 601's seen anything other than the Mad Dog. And all the Mad Dog probably knows is that they got hit by large pulse lasers. Both teams are not spotting each other and are both getting closer to their opponent's base. CDU is about to step on 601's base here. Okay.
Mad Dog really shouldn't be up on the high ground because he can't return fire.
It looks like they're using him to try and scout, which...
Yeah.
Looks like both the direwolves are getting on the base. This base is going to start going down fast, and we see 601 is respawning. They're coming back to the base.
Okay, so CDU in the low ground on their opponent's base. The fight is kicking off.
Yeah, it's 2v5 right now.
Frontline assembly taking some heavy damage early on.
Only part of 601 was in a position to engage there. Now the rest of the team is coming in. Just got those UAC 2s or AC 2s off of Crypto firing constantly. It's going to be racking up some damage here. Nobody's too wounded yet. We've got a 65% on one of the night gears, but both the torsos are still attached. 56%. If they continue to receive fire, they are going to go down. Or at least lose some weapon systems. There goes a Gauss rifle. Brandon has an open side torso and he's peeking. Master Pig in the back isn't really doing a whole lot of shooting. At that range, he's only got the 2 large pulse lasers that are going to be effective. Well, Savage's Direwolf is open on a side torso. That would be half his firepower. Mad Dog's coming in on the backside here. And 601 is responding by sending the Warhammer after him. Ravi's got to get out. Oh, Crypto is pushing. The Direwolves have pushed up. Not sure if 601 saw that coming. Well, I think we're going to see a bunch of quick kills here. They're both pushing in.
Yeah, Mazarius already down frontline damage, taking additional damage. He's going to go down shortly. On the CDU side, they're all heavily damaged, apart from Ravi. He's still got some armor left. 601 now down to 2 mechs. Looks like this is going to go the way of CDU.
Yeah, they can pick up some kills here, though. The Direwolves are heavily wounded, but they both need to be engaged on the same target. There we go. That is a point. Highlander goes down.
CDU now swarming Brandon. He is dead.
Yeah, he didn't quite pick up the kill on the Direwolf. 30% Crypto OKI, open all torsos. But it is going the way of CDU, 10 points to 1. So they got on the base and they forced the engagement. And 601 just didn't spot them coming in. Bit of a scout might have been useful for establishing better positions.
Yeah, early scouting, I didn't really see any effort from either team. It was incidental that one team saw the other.
Yeah.
Damage spread looks pretty even between both teams. Brandon got 730, Crypto Erky got 710 on the other side. No real weakness there from either team. Good damage spread.
The issue that I'm seeing here is that 2 of 601's night gears, they're under 200 damage. I believe those are the 2 that engaged initially in what was basically a 2v4 as they were rushing back to the base. You do have to respond to a team getting on your base, but you have a little bit of time to group up and engage as a group. And I think that the low damage totals off of those 2 night gears is indicative of the 2v5.
I think towards the end of that drop, CDU had the high ground and they took initiative with it, and that's what got them the win. On the point side, it's looking remarkably even. CDU are on 22 points and 601 are on 23 points because they won the 1v1. So very close.
And that's a nice thing to see. Some of these drops, you're seeing the 10 point to 1 fairly frequently, but it isn't the same team every time. And there are always heavily wounded mechs on the winning side. So these could break out either way. Just a few hits different.
Yeah, this is literally down to the last drop who's going to win for these teams. Very close match so far.
Okay, last drop is HPG Manifold, again playing Assault. 500 ton limit, so that basically means you can take any mech you want. There isn't actually a tonnage limit. There are no mechs heavier than 100 tons currently in MWO. The match time here on this map, it's 10-minute limit, and on this map that can come into play if both teams elect to play a long-range trade game. I'm not feeling long-range trade from either of these teams. I'm expecting that we're going to see teams going a little bit, that somebody's going to try pushing, or maybe even both teams.
That could be the case. I'm not really sure what to expect. I've been thrown off kilter with the drops I've seen in this match. In all of the previous matches that I've played and cast for HPG, most of it has been mechs posted on the walls, trading with each other, and then pushing in when one team or the other takes advantage. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. I've got no idea.
Yeah, I guess one thing I'm going to take a note here is that CDU has used up a couple of their direwolves, so they won't be taking 5 direwolves on this drop. And we're seeing 601 here locking in at 460 tons.
Oh, 40 tons down.
Yeah, that's not executioners, they're bringing something else.
No, what are they doing?
Might be LRMs with a narker maybe. Could see something like that.
I'm actually thinking Hellbringers, maybe, for Argos.
Hellbringers would be heavier, but if it was 2 Hellbringers with 3 direwolves, there are a lot of things you can do with 460 tons for 5 players. But it is notable that they are running a bit low. I don't think they've used up any direwolves yet. I haven't been tracking mechs too closely, but I don't recall seeing direwolves or Kodiaks being used by 601, so I'm not sure what they're running here. That isn't an executioner tonnage, it's not a Kodiak tonnage, not a direwolf tonnage, and I don't think you would take gargoyles on HPG.
Dropping 40 tons is a bit of a gamble for 601. It'll be interesting to see what they bring for this drop.
Yeah, looks like CDU is going with a full 500. As they've used up some direwolves, I'm expecting Kodiaks. Maybe a mix of Kodiaks and direwolves. It looks like they're locked. So let's launch in and see what the mechs are. Okay, I'm looking at the mechs here. CDU has indeed brought 3 direwolves and 2 Kodiaks. I'll get the builds in a second here. Going to go through 601's builds first. They have 3 direwolves, 1 Mad Cat, and a Sun Spider. So the Sun Spider is the odd mech out, not being an assault. 4 Ultra 2 on that. The Mad Cat is a mid-range DACA, UAC 5, UAC 10. Direwolves, 8 AC2, 8 LBX2, 8 Ultra 2. So all 3 direwolves have 2 autocannons, but 2 class autocannons, but they are taking different varieties, each of them, which is interesting. Personal preference, take whatever kind you want. Over on CDU's side, we have that UAC 10, UAC 5 direwolf, 2 Gauss 4 ER large direwolf, an Ultra 10, Ultra 5 direwolf, that is a second one from their team. And then I'm going to pull up the Kodiak builds right shortly here. LBX 10, UAC 10, okay. And Ultra 10, Ultra 5. So that is a little bit of a mid-range push deck from CDU. They've got 4 mechs advancing on the low grounds with Ultra 10s and Ultra 5s. And 1 mech playing a ranged trader Overwatch with the Gauss ER large. And he's gone up on the wall, so they know what they're doing with their mechs. We have the first shots going out. Sunspider trying to trade with that declining the trade with a Direwolf. That is a good choice. I don't know if 4 UAC 2s would be able to outtrade 2 Gauss 4 ER large. That'd be a tall task.
601 pushing across the low ground. I'm surprised by that. They've got the range advantage, but they're not going up on the wall.
The thing is that, in my experience, the range on this map is so extreme that the AC2s lose out trades to ER large and Gauss, and the only mech they've seen so far is a single ER large Gauss Direwolf. So they might not know that they have the range advantage at the moment. But they've held up the push here. They're looking to receive in a big stack all on the spine. I'm not sure about that positioning. They're a little bit too clumped for my liking, but they should be winning this trade. You can see a lot of autocannon fire going out at this Direwolf. He has the range advantage, but not when he's trading 1v4.
By the way, CDU are posted up. It looks like they're using Ravi as bait to try and draw 601 into their kill box.
Yeah, CDU is pushing out now. Just a big mass push out. We have all this autocannon fire coming in. At this range, the AC2s are going to have the advantage over the UAC 5s, UAC 10.
And they're using that full advantage. Look at the damage.
Oh, that is. I don't like how stacked they are, but they've all got the same angle right here, right now. There's no cover for CDU.
Yeah, that's a really good firing line. CDU are pushing into 601's
601's
advantage.
dropping off and backing up, though, now, which I don't know if that's the correct choice.
No. I would have held that high ground and focused crypto, probably.
They have done heavy damage, but they are giving up the map positioning. So I'm not sure how this is going to go. Just going to check the damage here on crypto. He's at 39%. Open, just side torso gone. Open and the legs in the CT. That Direwolf is ready to go.
601, 3 of them back on the high ground now. Good job. Brandon is down to 60%. Crypto's down to... He's pretty much out of the fight.
Brandon is open CT.
Crypto and the Savage heavily damaged.
601's pulling back off the line. They're leaving their Sunspider up, trading with that Direwolf this entire time. They need to pull back and reposition at this point. They've gotten too close to their opponents. They're pushing 2 mechs into... Well, CDU is not grouped together either.
Savage is about to die. There he goes.
CDU is now taking the high ground. Picked up a kill. Each kill here on out is worth 2 points.
Itchy's just lost an arm, maybe halved. Ceranimus is in a really good position to shoot down. And he's got his arm unlocked. He's doing the job.
It's 3 mechs up to 3 mechs up. Now it's 3-2. Can he pick up? Yep, he picked up the kill on Brandon.
This is really close. I think
Kodiak powered down.
Master Pig's heavily damaged. 601 should probably take this.
So there we have it. There's 1 mech left up. It's a Direwolf. He's 40%. He had not been winning those trades very heavily, I suppose. That's a lot of heat damage, it looks like, on Ravi. The 4 ER large can run hot, particularly if you ghost heat yourself. But he has all his weapons.
Right, yeah, Ravi has all of his weapons, and he's still got a bit of armor and some structure.
One of the legs is open, and the arm with the Gauss and some number of ER large is open as well. I think there will be 2 ER large in that arm based off of his ultraviolet game type. Should have 1 laser in the head and 1 in the right torso, and then 2 lasers and a Gauss in the right arm. So he's come down from the high point though.
Actually, that's kind of smart of Revy. If he can focus on the choke point there on the arch and one of 601 push in, he could pick up a kill.
Looks like the Sun Spider's going high ground though, which is going to find an angle where I don't think Ravi's going to be looking.
Yeah.
Both the right torso and the right arm are open. That's where all the weapons are. Take that right torso off. That Direwolf only has a single ER large left. Now, are they going to coordinate their drop on him? It looks like the Mad Cat's moving up for the drop. Nope, Sun Spider's dropping first. And there it is. Well, that is a drop win for 601, but CDU picked up a number of points on that drop. I believe they got 5
CDU
points
picked
to
up
10.
CDU picked up 5 points on the last drop.
So ultimately, if I'm counting the points right, 601 is going to win the overall match, but CDU's got a number of points.
Yeah, CDU have 27 points at the end of the match.
Well played for both teams. I'm looking at the damages here. Brandon's got 1,000
601
damage.
come out with 33 points.
Okay. Yeah, damage spread fairly even for both teams. Brandon's got the standout 1,000, the big marker. Another one of the Direwolves has 800. The Mad Cat's got 700. The Sun Spider's got 750 as well. CDU's got reasonably high damage spread, except for a couple of the mechs that were focused coming in only picked up 200 or 300 damage. They just got chewed up on their initial push there, and that's kind of where the difference lies.
Yeah, you can see CDU lost that in the mech lab. I think the range advantage was too great. 601 was just farming that whole time. They did really well. Amazing damage.
It was a bold push, but there wasn't much cover.
Nope.
Just couldn't close fast enough. The mechs are slow in that kind of ton.
Actually very close though until the last drop. Could have gone either way. Well played both teams. Ceranimus and Crypto are up there. Do you want to invite them down for a quick interview, or do we have time for that?
Sure, you can drag him in while I try to set up the next lobby. Just keep it fast.
Howdy fellas, super quick interview if you want to do it. Like 1-2 minutes maybe.
Certainly.
Sure.
So let me see, let's start with the first drop. What did you think about that? Lerms on both sides, interesting. For such light tonnage, 250 tons, you bought lerms and you circled around each other. Just talk us through that if you can.
Yeah, okay, I'll go first here. CDU team captains, and this is Crypto. So our strategy was we were just gonna murder ball. We're just gonna stay in group and attack you. But the problem, we didn't know where you come from. But what gave it away was your drop, because you're in team one, because you put yourself in alpha lance. We knew you're gonna be on the right side, so we pushed two guys to the right. I think that's what draw them. For some reason, your team got split, and we took advantage of that, and that's how we got that victory. I believe.
Yeah, I would agree. Our plan was to have 3 longer distance people up on the ridge to be able to hit anything in the circle, and we had 2 lights to be able to run in there. The lights were supposed to be able to come back up the hill to hit backs, if you guys did exactly what you did. But when they got down there, they split apart and kind of wandered into the middle of the circle, so we lost a lot before they could even get back to try to do anything.
It's good game.
Yeah, it was a good drop. Okay, Emerald Vale next. Also Domination, 300 tons.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, this one here, because they split up their drop, their starting point, they had a 3-2, and we thought they're going to put up 2 snipers. So our strategy was, if they had 2 snipers, we're going to push those 3. And we thought literally there was only 3 people on the floor and 2 sniper on top. So when I push out with my hunchback, I got pretty much eliminated right off the bat, and then it just went downhill. And then we have a disconnect, so it just went bad for all of us in direction. But our assumption was 3-2, but you had all your team down there.
Yep. What we did was we dropped 2 people over on the one side with one guy coming over to the left with us, and we had 1 light up there to be able to scout and see what was going on. Once we saw where you were moving to, we were able to consolidate up at the building and then just wait for you guys to come through there. And yeah, just we're able to take you guys apart with focus fire as you walked around that corner.
Yeah, this is a good example of how like the drop, what do you call it, drop lance matter, Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie, and we have just been abused with sniper in this map. As soon as we see the 2-man drop, we always assume there's going to be sniper. In this case, our assumption was just flat out wrong, but we paid the price for that.
Okay, next drop. The scheduled map was Victrix Station, but you chose Forest Colony. I guess one or more of you have AMD cards for that.
I have the bug
really
all the time.
Drop as well. Oh, you do?
Yes.
So there's a pink hue, some kind of driver issue, right?
It basically turns my entire screen magenta when it happens, and it's so hard to fight.
Okay, so what did you guys think of Forest Colony?
Well, this one, our strategy was very simple. We have Ravi acting as our intelligence, and he worked out very well. Matter of fact, he was the only survivor left. But the attack, what happened is that you came to our rear. It was just kind of like a race. Whoever get to the rear first. And our slowest mech, which happened to be, he's also at the highest ping we have. You caught our mechs off guard on that one. But if we caught you up first, we would have killed you. And it would force us to turn around on that rotation. And so that's good call for you guys to keep on rotating. If you stop, we would have killed you.
And we saw what was happening because we had a UAV up on that side, so we saw exactly what you were doing, and we called for the continued push around, which I was able to keep up with for the most part, but I was in one of the slower ones. And when that gargoyle caught up, myself and the other Scourge turned around and were just able to take him out as well. And then yeah, it was just a matter of getting around, catching back up, and getting the right angles for finishing that one out. Yeah,
and this is the first time I faced 2 Orions, so I was absolutely confident I was going to kill both of you, no problem. But the Orion's actually pretty strong mechs. I could not kill any of you. I took out the legs, and I did a lot of damage in that particular game, and I just could not kill. So just to show you that Orion is your build is spot on.
Okay, briefly now, the last 2 maps. We got to be quick here because we're on to the next match already. Grim Plexus Assault. There was a team swap. 400 tons go.
Yep. So you guys did a fantastic base push on that one, and then just were able to catch us out as we were pushing back to try to get a hold of that. We'd only seen 1, maybe 2 of the mechs headed towards the base, and then once we found out that everybody was there, we just got caught out of position.
Yep, I agreed. I think by taking your base, it forced you, but you guys were all split up too, and then we took advantage of that. That was good. Yep. And the last
And-
map. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, last map, 500 tons, HPG Manifold Assault.
Yeah, our last map, our strategy was to use a sniper to soften the target and really to identify where you at, because wherever you at, we're gonna attack you with the 2 Kodiaks and 2 Direwolf. That was good of you, because when we attacked, you guys just split up and got us even more confused, and you took advantage of our confusion, and so that was great on you guys.
Yeah, it helped. We got right up on that ridge of the ramp, and we're able to basically draw you guys in and across all that open ground before you were really able to engage well with us. Well, we kept suppressive fire up on that snipe.
That's a good job. Well, with that, because of time's up here, I want to say thank you for casting, and I want to thank to all the TOS and Piranha for hosting this game. We have a lot of new players, and anytime you get new players to come in to play comp, that is a win-win for the community, win-win for MechWarrior, and for everyone. So this is awesome. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you to CDU and everybody that was in this division with us, as well as the casters. Much appreciated, guys.
All right.
Absolutely. Thank you both, fellas. Excellent play from both teams. And welcome to the comp community. Come back for more. I hope to see you in CS22.
We'll be back.
Thank
All
you
right,
to
great
both,
job.
both CDU
Thanks, guys.
and 601 for allowing us to cast. And yeah, we're gonna get started on the next match here. So we're gonna just move on from the interview and start the match. But thanks for allowing us to cast.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.